Mm-hmm.
All right, good job. What about the rest? Is there Laurita? Can you hear us now? Is there Caesar? Are you there?
Hello, teacher.
There you are. Perfect.
Hello, teacher.
Perfect. And Caesar, very good. Okay. Very, very nice. So let's talk about review, right? I think one of the issues that we have to fix as soon as possible is our structures. That's the first thing that we need to master when we are speaking. And we have been working with these standard formulas, but we have not we have not used it. We have not used these formulas too much, right? Yesterday, I gave you a strategy to remember this information. What was the strategy? Who can tell me what strategy we talked yesterday about? How to identify the correct formula. Anyone?
Teacher, could you repeat the instruction again, please?
Yes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, we
Mm-hmm.
talked about how to identify the formula to self-correct. The idea is to make yourself, to have the ability to correct yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
What was that strategy? The strategy to correct our sentences.
Mm,
Us strategy.
Mhm, mhm. What
Okay.
was the strategy?
Mine is I write some things, so some write various some
Some,
write some sentences.
write some sentences. Okay, but I'm not talking about your personal strategy.
Okay.
I'm talking about the strategy we talked about yesterday. Yesterday's class.
Yesterday was recording the time expression.
Recording.
Remembering the time expression in four different context.
Perfect. The time expression for different contexts. Very nice, very nice. So the time expression determines the context.
Yes.
And by consequence, the context determines the structure, the correct form of the verb, the correct form of the auxiliary. What auxiliary, what verb we are going to use. So technically what we need to remember is this. Yesterday we were talking about this match. We need to match the time expressions with the auxiliary and the verb and the form of the verb. Time expression. This is an example, no? The form of the verb and the time expression in oral auxiliary. The time expression must match the form of the verb and the auxiliary. That is the most important part. You see? This is the way you can understand the importance of this match. The time expression has the context of the conversation, and the context of the conversation, by consequence, determines the form of the verb and the auxiliary that correspond to each other, that match to each other. Right?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
So then what you need to do in this moment is to match this. We are going to start creating examples depending on the time expression. Okay. It can be a question, it can be an affirmation, or it can be a negative sentence. The idea is that you have this exercise in your mind so you can match these two things together. So let's talk about it. In this exercise, I am going to give you a time expression and you are going to tell me or complete a sentence. Okay? The first exercise is going to be a question. No, it's going to be an affirmation. Affirmation, use the verb be and use the complement ever in the United States. Okay? Make an affirmation. Make an affirmation using the verb be, using time expression ever, and talk about the US. Who wants to start?
Okay. Have you ever been ever been in the United States?
Sounds good. Sounds good. In the United States. That is actually
It's affirmation.
exactly. But you know what? That was my mistake because you cannot make an affirmation with ever. The expression ever is for questions, so I was incorrect. Okay. The expression ever is impossible for affirmations.
Okay.
The only possible solution was a question. So that is a correct expression. Good job. Right? Which formula are you using in this sentence? Everybody open their structures handbook and tell me what context are you using? Which context are you using?
In time periods.
Time periods. Incorrect. Which context are we using?
Experience in your in my life.
Experiences in your life. Context
Okay.
number?
Context number 1.
Wrong. Context number 1 is descriptions, locations, and jobs.
6.
6. That's correct.
Okay.
Exactly. This is context number 6.
Mm-hmm.
You go to,
Okay.
right?
I understand. Yes.
You understand. Context number 6, experiences, recent past, and periods of time. We are talking about experiences in this case. Good job. Let's go to the next. Go, Laurita. Number 6, number 20. Okay. You are going to make an affirmation. An affirmation using the verb have dinner, and the time expression tonight.
The night.
Tonight. Tonight.
Tonight. Today. I were you are having dinner tonight?
Nice. Is that a question or an affirmation?
Affirmation.
Affirmation. So one more time.
Yes. You
Mm-hmm.
You are having dinner tonight.
Dinner tonight. This is an affirmation, and that is correct. Good job. What context are we using in this case?
Is a plans or
Plans, correct.
yes.
Plans, context number.
I don't. 3.
Number 3.
3.
Yes, of course. It's context number 3. Future plans and things happening right now.
Because say tonight.
Exactly. Exactly. The expression tonight is talking about context number 3. It's right over here.
Okay.
So in the context we have later, next week, tomorrow, at night, etc. The expression tonight is at a specific moment in the future. Therefore, this is a plan. Good job. Good job. Let's go to the next. Go, Cesar. Cesar, you are going to make a negative statement using the verb have. What can it be? Have an iPhone. Time expression. No. Buy. Buy an iPhone. Time expression, never.
Okay.
What does it sound like when you say never?
Negative. Okay. Yes, I never buy an iPhone.
I never buy an iPhone. That is actually incorrect. The expression I never buy an iPhone, when you say buy, the verb is in routines present.
Yes.
Do you buy an iPhone as a routine?
No, I never bought an iPhone.
You never bought an iPhone. Okay, that is also possible, but it's also not completely correct.
Yeah, I needed the verb be.
I don't know. I'm not sure. The thing is, number one, in what cases do you use buy and never? In what occasions do you use buy and never?
I take decisions.
But when?
I don't know. I don't have the exactly time.
Okay. The exact time, not exactly.
The exact time.
The exact time. We don't have the exact time. That's correct. We have the expression never. So I repeat, in what occasions do you say never and buy?
For example, when I saw the price and use for exclamation, for example, oh wow, it's very
Expensive.
cheap, very cheap, or
Very cheap.
very expensive price, and I never buy it, not bought. No, I never. Okay. Whoa.
That's the thing. That's the issue. You say it is very expensive, and this is present.
Yes.
So then when you say I never bought an iPhone and this is past, it's like, why are we changing the time? We are speaking in present. So it's not necessary to use a verb in past.
No, I need will. I will never.
Okay, that sounds better, right? Because you are talking about what is the context? About future. And more specifically, for what occasions do you use will?
For promise.
For promises, correct. For promises. So this can be a promise.
Yes. Correction, I will never buy an iPhone.
I will never buy an iPhone. Right. So here you need to consider how important the context is. If you use the verb in present, you are talking about a routine, and you don't buy iPhones routinely. Some verbs can be routines and other verbs cannot.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Give me an example of something that you buy routinely.
Food, for example.
Food, right? Give me an example of something that you never buy. when you go to the supermarket?
Okay. I never I never buy and cookies again.
But cookies is plural.
Sorry, and cookie.
But why
Unbox
only one cookie?
unbox cookie
Okay, box is consonant. Box.
box. Okay,
So what is the article for box?
the box.
What
No.
is similar to an for consonant words? Exactly. One more time.
I never buy a
Never buy
box
a
cookie.
box. Cookies. Connect box cookies.
Cookies box. Cookies.
Okay, that's possible. I never
Cookies box.
cookie, because adjectives are never plural. I never buy a cookie box. No, but when you're talking about cookie box, that's a different thing. You need to say a box of cookies.
Okay, no, it's not possible. Cookies box
No,
without.
because adjectives are never plural. Adjectives.
Okay.
The word before the box is an adjective. And adjectives are never plural in English. You don't say the beautiful girls, right?
Yeah.
So you cannot say cookies box.
Okay. That sounds strange.
Sounds strange. Well, my point in this case is that it's possible to say never buy.
Yes.
Yes, it is possible. But in this case, we are talking about your supermarket, right?
Yes. Our routines.
Routines, exactly. So as a routine, context number 2, it's possible to say I never buy a box of cookies because it's something that constantly you avoid. You don't do it constantly. But when you go to Apple, you don't buy iPhones every day or every week, right?
Yeah.
For that reason, because of routines, you cannot say I never buy an iPhone. Either is in past or is in future. That's why I will never buy an iPhone. That was a correct option. If it's in past, you can use formula number 6. I have never bought an iPhone.
Yes.
That was option number 2. What's the difference here?
The number 1. I haven't the iPhone in my life.
I don't have
an iPhone in my life. And I will never buy an iPhone. The option 2, in the past, I never bought an iPhone.
I have never bought.
I have never bought an iPhone.
Okay, let's talk about that. What is the difference? Let's contrast the two pasts. If you say I never bought, because that was one option, no?
Yes.
Why this one is incorrect? The reason here, and the reason I never bought an iPhone, is because But according to the structures, and this information is in the structure handbook, when you talk about verbs in past, you are talking about a specific points of time and a specific point in the past. When didn't you buy an iPhone?
For example, when I was thin, I never bought an iPhone.
When I was teen, but when I was a teen or a teenager, or when I was younger, contradicts the expression never.
Okay, I understand.
That's the issue.
Yes.
If you say when I was younger, it's not similar to say never.
Yes, yes.
For that reason, we cannot use the verb in past. The verb in past is for specific times in the past, for specific moments.
Okay.
This is so important. The verb has a close connection with the utility of the verb, the function, the context. If you don't match context and verbs, we speak incorrectly. But they look very similar. I understand the problem. Both are correct. I mean, both are past. I have never bought an iPhone. This is past. I never bought an iPhone. This is past. So what is the difference? The difference is that structure number 6 is correct in this case. Right? And context 5 needs a specific moment in the past.
Yes.
What about the rest? Do you understand the difference, Laurita, Isti, and Benji? The difference between option 2 and 3?
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Sure, sure, sure. Is there any question?
No, yes.
Okay. Then let's go with Benji. Take a note, eh? All this goes directly to your book of corrections, eh? All the book of corrections need this information in it.
First teacher.
Next. Benji, you are going to tell me an affirmation using the verb want, okay, this is a difficult one. Affirmation. The verb is want a gamer PC, and the time expression will be always.
Okay, I always have wanted a
Nice.
gamer PC.
Aha. Exactly, because you're talking about your life.
Mhm.
And this is context number.
Um, I don't know. I don't have
Okay.
the file.
Open the file. Yes, you have it. You don't have it, or you don't have it open?
I don't haven't.
So let me send it to you.
Yes, please.
Mhm. Context 6, context 5, context 3, 4, 2, and 1. I will include past before past, the basic structures. I will pass you the rest. The gossip transitions, conditionals, and these new lessons that I need to complete. Just a second. Okay, I'm sending the file again to you guys, okay? So you can have the updated version. Oh no, wait. I'm gonna do 7 o'clock, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Here we go. So open your file, put it in a correct place so you don't lose it.
Okay, thank you,
And tell me
teacher.
what context are we using in this case?
Is a experience in my life.
My life. Context number.
6. Digo, sorry. No,
Oh, yes.
6.
Yes, yes. Yes, of course. And digo in English is I mean.
How?
I mean.
I mean, okay.
Yes.
I mean.
I mean.
I mean 6.
Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, there you have it. There you have it, guys. One more round. Go, Isti. You are going to tell me a negative. You are going to tell me the verb. Okay, this is going to be a tricky one. Okay. Negative.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to use verb go.
Mm-hmm.
To. Go to.
Mm-hmm.
What was the last name of Six Flags in the past before it became Six Flags? Reino Aventura. And the expression will be never.
Okay.
Action. How do you solve this problem?
Mm. Okay. I haven't um, never
Okay.
never
Haven't never.
gone
Uh-huh.
to Reino Aventura.
Good. Reino Aventura. Okay. Let's talk about this one. There is a correction in this one. Okay. Look at how important is to obey the context. Okay.
Mhm.
If you can you go to Reino Aventura in this moment?
No.
Why not?
Because the Reino Aventura no is not exist.
Is not exist. Uh-oh. Is not exist. Exist is a verb in present. What is the negative for a verb in present?
The Reino Aventura was not exist.
We are talking in present. Was is past?
Except
What is the negative for a verb in present?
was not. No.
Was is past?
In present is
Uh-huh.
not.
Close, close, close. What is the auxiliary for verbs in present?
Verbs in present.
Uh-huh.
Doesn't.
Doesn't. So Reino Aventura?
Reino Aventura doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist. Correct. So for that reason, we cannot say I haven't gone, because haven't gone says that it's possible that you will go in the future.
Mhm.
When you say I haven't gone, I understand yet.
Yet, yes.
In the future, probably I will go. The problem is that Reino Aventura closed in 2001. So if you have a time machine, you can go.
I never in present. I never went to
Exactly.
Reino Aventura.
I never went to Reino Aventura. And this is a true story for me. Because when I visited Mexico City, Reino Aventura was closed.
Mhm.
You know, this one is correct because Reino Aventura doesn't exist anymore.
If the Reino Aventura the Reino Aventura exists, I haven't never gone to Reino Aventura yet. Is correct?
Exactly. But be careful. We need to eliminate never.
I haven't gone to Reino Aventura yet.
Because the expression never contradicts
It's
the
negative.
expression yet.
Mhm.
No.
No.
Never contradicts yet.
Never yet. Yes. Okay.
Yet is with a promise in the future, and never means no more.
Okay.
So that's a contradiction.
Okay.
Right? Yes or no?
Yes, I got it.
You got it. Very nice. Very, very nice. The next one. The next one will be for Laurita.
Yes, teacher.
Laurita, you are going to make a question. Question about what can it be? The verb is give. No. Yes. Give indications and the time expression will be last class. You select the person.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm. Question. Mm. Did you give us indication in the last class?
Indication or indications?
Indications
Okay.
at the last class?
Okay, you are partially correct. Partially correct because the auxiliary that you selected is perfect.
Mhm,
The verb is in simple form, and yes, you are using context number 5.
mhm.
That is
In past.
totally correct in past.
Uh-huh.
Now, be careful with extra connectors.
Okay.
Sometimes
in
connectors
the last class?
extra connectors. We
Ah,
don't
okay.
need connectors in this
Okay.
case. When you use last is specific and is a connector. So eliminate the connector and eliminate the.
Mm. Only last class.
Only last class. Correction.
Okay. Did you give us indications last class?
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. That's correct. Good job. There we have it. And the last one. Caesar. Give me a negative using the verb have. Money, for example. Money for the tickets. And expression right now.
Okay.
What is expression in this case?
Have money for the tickets.
Right.
You okay. Structures. You haven't. You haven't. Okay. Um, you haven't. You haven't money for the tickets. You haven't. You haven't money for the tickets. Right now, yes. You have
Yay.
money for tickets right now, yes.
Let's talk about corrections.
Yes.
You need to disconnect the expression haven't. You use haven't for everything. You use haven't in present, you use haven't in past, and you use haven't in all the different contexts because you are confusing the auxiliary haven't with the action have. I have money, I have cell phone, I have coffee. So you are confusing the application of it. If you are talking about money, you are talking about possessions. And when you are talking about possessions, you are talking about verbs in present.
Yes, I don't have.
Correct. Here it is. There is a tip in this particular page where I said, if we are speaking using the verb have, you need to identify the difference between do you have versus have you. Because do you have is a possession, and have you is a question about your life.
Yes.
In this case, have is a verb, and in the second case, have is an auxiliary. You are using the auxiliary, not the verb.
Yes.
So the correct expression is you
don't have money for the tickets right now.
exactly. And that is the correction.
Yes, I thinking in don't.
I was thinking.
I was thinking in don't.
So why didn't you use it?
I'm not sure.
That's the challenge. That's the thing that you need to build starting today.
Yes.
Ready. That was the review, the structures review. Today,
Teacher,
tomorrow is Thursday. Yes,
It's
Laurita.
possible you are not having because
You are not
say
having.
right now.
Wrong. That is actually a very good question. The expression right now is for Formula 3, no?
Yes.
So why the verb is in present?
Mhm.
You need to think about the meaning of you are not having. The verbs in ing are used for things that have activities that have a momentary process. You are having your class in this moment, and then the class is going to finish.
Mhm.
But the expression have money has no time.
Mhm. Okay. It's in present.
Exactly. So you need to talk about present because it's different to speak about progressive actions versus possession.
Okay.
That's why I edited the formula number 2, the context number 2, and I included possessions because it's impossible to say I am having.
Yes. Thank you.
know? There you have it, guys. Finished. Excellent class, excellent review. Take a screenshot, take a note on this, and let me know if you have questions later. Okay,
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
ready? I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Bye,
Thank
guys.
you.
Good
See
night.
you. Good night.
See you
Good night.
guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.